All right, we have some animation. Let's maybe give it some fill and maybe do a render of it. Um, so I'm going to make sure I'm on the fill layer. I have my material tab here open. Um, and we care about the solid stroke, and the solid fill is what we're going to work with. I'm going to get rid of the solid stroke, excuse me, the square stroke, and the dot stroke. Not using either of those, so no reason to have those materials. I'm going to change my base color here, my solid fill, to something that's a little bit brighter. We'll go with that. Now I'm going to come over here to my drawing tools and choose the fill. I'm going to make sure I'm on frame 1, fills layer. And if I go to select it, in my case, it doesn't use that color because it has this draw color set up. So instead of using the color attribute, I'm going to switch over here, toggle it over to material, so that it uses my material instead. And if you notice, what I did there on my fill was I changed my fill material to the stroke, not the fill color. So I'm copying my hex there and pasting it there so I don't have to redo that. And then that carries it right through. All right, so I've got my fill there. I have auto key selected, so I can just use the arrow key to move over one frame. And it has onion skinning on. I can turn that off. It doesn't have onion skinning. Oh, because it's got the previous frame anyway. But as soon as I do that, it updates to the new keyframe, right? 'Cause it's showing the previous keyframe, not onion skin. Sorry. But I'll go through and fill all of those. And I can play that back. It's a little fast. I'm going to come up here to Output, which is the second tab. Is it Output? Yeah, I think it's Output. Here we go, up at the top, frame rate. I'm going to take it down to like half that, since I didn't draw that many frames. That looks a little bit better. Now I'd like to make this a little bit nicer, so I'm going to add one more layer in here. Over next to key, I'm going to hit the plus to add a layer in. I'm going to call this shading. I'm going to, I don't think I need that onion skinning on. I'm on frame 1. I'm going to turn on over here the masks for it and set it up to add a plus and use the fills layer as a mask. Now materials wise, I don't use the same color I've been using. I am going to go in here and select that hex, copy that just so I've got it. And then I'm going to add a new material. And I'm going to come to its, actually I think in this case I'm going to draw with it instead of shade it. So I'm going to make that same color, hit enter, and then make it a little bit darker. And then that way I can come over here, you can use the drawing tool, using material. Did not take my color, did it? There we go. Now if I come in here, not quite so high up. Just a little, like the bottom third of this I want to have be in shadow there. And again, I've got auto key on, so as soon as I draw the new frame, it takes over from where the old frame was. Just a little bit across the bottom here. This is just to make it a little more interesting, give it a little more form. I'm not worried about it being too perfect here, because it definitely is not that, but that gives it a nice bit of form to it. All right, so we got a nice little animation there, got some fills going on it. I'm going to save this. I'm just going to +1 this and save it. And then let's do a render real quick. So in output, I'm coming over here to leave the frame rate, doing all the frames, leave the size and everything the same. I'm going to move it to a different location. I'm going to call it, what am I going to call this? I'm going to call it bouncanim01. Accept that. And then I don't want to render it as a series of images. I want to do it as a video for this one. And instead of do video, I need to set up the encoding for it. I don't want it to be Matroska, which I believe would do like an MKV film format. I want MPEG-4. I like the H.264 codec. So I think that's all good. So I'll come over here to render animation. Rendered it out to my other screen here. 10 frames, 2D, very quick. I don't even get to see those frames as they render like you normally do with 3D. So I'm going to close that. And then I'm going to open where it rendered. Half a moment. And here we go. Open that. I'm going to bring that over here. And there's the, let me see if I can, should be able to loop that. There we go. So that's an MPEG-4, so that could be posted to social media and so on. Probably would do that as a square format versus this rectangular one, but at least that kind of finishes out that sequence.